Hello and welcome to Dune Awakening. I've been playing since the closed beta of this game, so I've got some tips to share with you for when the game comes out so that you can get the best start here in Dune Awakening. First of all, stop picking everything up. Dune is a survival game, and if you're like me, you've played many a survival game. Your natural instinct may be to just pick up everything that you see. Well, once you are through the starting sequence and are dumped off somewhere in the Haga Basin, you'll quickly find yourself surrounded by many things to pick up. But, so you don't become over-encumbered, and I don't need to tell you that trying to cross the sand over-encumbered is a one-way ticket to becoming worm food. Try to only pick up plant fiber for healing kits, some scrap metal for crafting on the go, and power cells. All the power cells. If you see a power cell, grab it. Power cells, or actually I think they're called fuel cells, are needed to keep your base shields up and protect your base from the weather. Everything else you can get when and as you need it. So granite stone is used for base building. And when you start building a base, that's when you go out and get granite stone. Copper is used for advanced crafting with a base fabricator. You're not going to need to pick it up until you have a base and you have some storage to put it all into. So ignore it. While you're on foot and you've just started, you only need some of the basics and power cells. Get all the power cells. Save before each crossing. When you set off from the Ornithopter crash into the desert, you will have to navigate between rocky outcrops. This means crossing the gaps between them, where the Shire Halud roam and wait for their prey. Using a bit of scrap metal, you can craft a spawn beacon. It's generally a good idea to pop one of these down before you cross a gap. Saying that, in the hours I've played, I've yet to be eaten by a sandworm when getting across these gaps as quickly as possible. If you dilly-dally, then you're worm food. And if you do get eaten, you'll be glad the save beacon puts you back where you just were, rather than all the way back at the start. Drink when you can. Seems obvious enough, but you might pass up some dew lilies if your water is just below the first line, thinking, I'm fine, but you have no idea when the next patch of lilies might come along. So if the game lets you drink, drink. You can also find these nice little water dispensers in some POIs. Don't forget to quench one's thirst on these too. Keep that meter full as much as you can. And if you're desperate, you can zoom in on the map, and discovered lilies will show on the map as little droplets. And as a bonus super obvious tip, stay out of the sun. Getting heat stroke tanks your water and can quickly kill you. Don't overbuild. When it's time to set up your first base down here in the Haga Basin South, you might be tempted to build yourself a fortress, or fully explore those build options and build a magnificent house. Well, I'm here to tell you, don't bother. Your first house should be something like a 3x3 box. It's all you need while you work your way through the initial story quest. Without giving too much away, let's just say we'll be leaving this zone and almost certainly never coming back to it. So wait until you've found a good spot the other side of the Vermilius Gap, then go ahead and build your fortress. Suspension belts are OP. They literally are. They're amazing. You might get lucky and find a suspension belt in some loot somewhere. If you do, get that sucker on and enjoy floating and landing like a dainty butterfly. These things are amazing and can make vertical traversal so much quicker. If you don't get lucky with loot, check the trader in the first settlement, or just crack on through the missions until you unlock it in the research and build one yourself. The passive belts will slow you down when falling, but the higher level belts let you literally fly for short periods. So yeah, get one ASAP. Thank me later. Bonus tip, if you unlock the trooper grappling hook thingy, You can use that in combo with a Suspensor Belt and just do giant Superman leaps across the map. Super fun and super fast. The quick way down, if you don't have a suspension belt, there is another quick way off high places. It's tricky and takes practice, and getting it wrong could be fatal, but if you back off a cliff and hit the spacebar on the way down, you can grab the cliff and stop falling with no fall damage. Time it right and you can get all the way down pretty quickly. Get it wrong and, well, I think you can figure it out. Jumping ahead of the missions can cost you. If you have selected the unlock all option at the start, and I really suggest you do, you can build a sand bike pretty much as soon as you have a base and a fabricator, but just be aware that the story missions will have you build a sand bike, and if you've already built one when you get to that mission, it doesn't realize you already have one, so you have to spend the resources twice. Now you can recycle the new sand bike once the quest is done, but you don't get everything back from the recycling. For me, the pro of having a quick ray around outweighs the slight inconvenience of having to mine a little extra copper just to tick off the quest later. But now you know, you can make up your own mind. Sell everything! Down here in Hagar Basin South, every bit of gear that you pick up or craft can be sold to this guy. Unless you need it right at this moment, I just sell it. Or I suppose you could recycle it too, if you like. But the reason I say sell is because this guy sells some components you can only otherwise get from POIs. And sometimes you might need more of those components than one run of that POI provides. So if you don't want to run that POI again, just come to this guy and buy them. That is, if you've got the cash, of course. Intel on Intel. Unlocking stuff on the tech tree costs intel. You get intel from certain POIs. Here's a tip within a tip. If you zoom in on your map, mouse over some of the icons for scavenger camps, caves, and bases. It'll tell you what you might find at those locations. Caves typically hold microfiber and EMF generators, for example. Bases will typically have intel. Scav bases are well defended and shouldn't be underestimated. But if you're well prepared and you use your abilities well, you can quickly clear them for a ton of loot and that all-important intel. Just be sure to check behind the fridge. Last but certainly not least, everything is trying to kill you. Sometimes it seems the world is against you in Dune. Well, that's because it is. We already know that the sun is trying to kill you, the Shai Halud are trying to kill you, the scavengers and bandits are trying to kill you. You should also watch out for the weather. If you hear this,
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
And you're out and about, find shelter immediately. That might mean diving into a scavenger base and fighting for your life indoors because it's certain death outdoors. You might notice these ships hanging around at night as well. This is the Imperium, and yes, they're trying to kill you too. If you get caught in a spotlight, they'll try to stop you, then send down some angry dudes with suspensor belts to try and kill you. Oh, and the sand tries to kill you too. Watch out for these red spots on the map, unless you like being buried alive. And that's it. With this knowledge, you should have a really great start here in Dune Awakening, and avoid some of the things that tripped me up in the first few hours that I was playing. Don't make the mistakes that I made, Have a great time playing, have lots of fun, and kick some butt. And remember, one bonus tip: the sandworm will always come. Dune Awakening has unfortunately been delayed until the 10th of June, or the 5th if you pre-order with the deluxe or ultimate editions. And that does mean that I've got a little bit more time to bring you more of these useful, well, hopefully useful videos for you, so that you, when you do get into Dune, are super prepared and know what you're getting into. So if you do want to see some more Dune content from me, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And then, of course, if you're in a generous mood, I always appreciate a cheeky little like. Now, if you are looking for a Dune community and some other players to play with, do check out my Discord as well, because we are looking to set up a sort of Dune community guild between not only my channels, but a few other YouTubers that I hang out with. We're all going to have a sort of guild together, but the guilds are limited to about 32 or 34 players or so. So we're going to be looking at how we may be able to set up alliances and have maybe sub-guilds depending on how many people want to participate in the guilds that we're going to set up. But yeah, if you're looking for some people to play with, do check out my Discord. There is a link down below. You can join in and come and say hi. And on that note, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful and enjoyed. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.